Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Bonita Laske. I'm from District 13. My husband Lynn and I grew up in the Kindred Leonard area, and we've known Dorvan for about 60 years, so he's much part of our family. I am honored to speak on Dorvan's behalf. Dorvan Solberg was born in Ray, North Dakota in 1934. He's a tough cowboy with a whole lot of try and heart, which has kept him in the saddle still today. He is 85 and he is still competing in cutting. His love of ranching and farming started at an early age. When he was 10 years old, his dad, Ivor Solberg, bought him his first horse, a big draft horse named Frankie. In 1947, his family moved to town, and Dorvan did not like town life at all. One evening, his dad found him at the pool hall playing pool with some of his buddies. He didn't scold Dorvan, but told him he would buy him some cattle and said, "But you've got to take care of them, Dorvan." His dad and a neighbor built a big old farm, a big old barn, just on the outskirts of Ray, and this is where Dorvan started his cattle business at the age of 13. He was a charter member of the American Aberdeen Angus Association and raised cattle for 30 years. Dorvan continues in the cattle business, running yearlings on grass over the summer months on his ranch northwest of Ray. At the age of 26, Dorvan began training horses for cutting, reining, western, pleasure, and trail. In these early years, he trained and showed quarter horses for Ray Walton, an attorney from Williston. John Hovde also trained for Ray, and together the friends participated in numerous American quarter horse shows across North Dakota and Montana, and resulting in numerous wins. My husband Lynn and I have competed with Dorvan since the 60s in several equine classes. He was always a great competitor, and his horses were prepared to the nth degree. Dorvan was a renowned horse judge for several associations, including the American Quarter Horse Association for 37 years, the American Paint Horse Association for 31 years, and the National Cutting Horse Association for 40 years. He judged across the United States, including Hawaii and in Canada, Germany, and Italy. In addition, he judged the Miss Rodeo North Dakota pageant, 4-H, and open horse shows. Though his interaction with youth in all his judging endeavors, he encouraged them to continue their love of horses. Dorvan has been very instrumental in keeping the horse industry of North Dakota moving forward. He isn't afraid to volunteer his time and leadership to North Dakota Quarter Horse Association, American Quarter Horse Association, North Dakota Cutting Horse Association, and the National Cutting Horse Association. He held many leadership positions in all of these groups. Miss Rodeo North Dakota 1984, the late Tracy Pierce, worked with Dorvan on her horsemanship skills in preparation for Miss Rodeo America competition. In 2006, Dorvan and John Hovde coached Ashley Andrews, Miss Rodeo North Dakota, in preparation for her national contest. And of course, with her excellent skills and newly acquired knowledge from John and Dorvan, Ashley went on to be crowned our Miss Rodeo America in 2007, which we are also proud of. The last 6 years, Dorvan and Eileen have spent the summer months on their ranch in western North Dakota and in the winter months in Arizona. This provides Dorvan the pleasure of doing the thing he enjoys most, riding horses, working cattle, and competing in cow cuttings throughout the year. Dorvan has been in the top 15 in the National Cutting Horse Association Senior World Tour in each of the last 4 years. We feel Dorvan is very deserving to be inducted into the Cowboy Hall of Fame. I would like to share a couple of testimonials, one from my brother-in-law from Ardmore, Oklahoma, Wayne Laske. I would urge you to consider Dorvan for the Long Rider Award. I have known him for many years. It began when he, Don Taylor, and several would come through Ardmore going to the North Dakota, or the National Cutting Futurity in Fort Worth. Dorvan has been a devoted participant and supporter of cutting, as well as encouraging friends and young riders, especially his grandsons, Zach and Tyler. He was instrumental in Zach starting 2-year-olds, and both grandsons exhibiting cutting horses, which they continue to enjoy. I was fortunate to get Dorvan to accompany me to judge several paint horses in Germany. I selected Dorvan to go with me because of his extensive experience judging cattle classes, and I knew he would be a good representative of the National Cutting Horse Association. I feel Dorvan is deserving of this honor and encourage you to bestow the honor to him. Wayne Laske, Ardmore, Oklahoma. And one more from my sister-in-law, Sylvia Taylor. We treasure our memories of our friends. Dorvan has always been an active horseman and wonderful advocate for our young people who want to get started in the Western style of life. He and his family hosted the Mondack Horse Sale for many, many years. That sale brought many quality horses to the state of North Dakota. He helped new cutters get started by letting them use his well-trained horses to show. His leadership style in our Western heritage is a way of life for Dorvan. Thank you from Sylvia Taylor and the late Don Taylor, and we all feel Dorvan is deserving of the Cowboy Long Rider Division. Thank you.
I'm J.J. Hovde, and actually Dorvan was the first person to see me after I was born, after the doctors and nurses. My dad was getting ready to go ship off to Vietnam and couldn't be there, and he'd asked Dorvan to watch over his family while he was gone, so Dorvan was the first one to see me, and I've literally known him all my life. I have a letter here that's too long, so I'm going to summarize it, but it's from Summer Sandstrom, who is Dorvan's neighbor, and they moved to Ray about 20 years ago. And Dorvan has helped the whole Summer's whole family, all the kids, and just really helped them a lot with their cutting. He got them into cutting, and all the kids have done very well. The two older ones that are out of high school actually both placed at the National High School Finals. One was 13th in the world one year, and one was 12th in the world one year. And a lot of that, Dorvan had him ride his horses and got him started, and just really has helped him along. In fact, they keep their horses on his place and tend to his place when they're in Arizona, and so they have quite a friendship there. But Dorvan, over the years, we've spent a lot of time together. Dorvan has always come down to the ranch, and even though we lived probably 18 miles away, we kind of neighbored back and forth, and we'd always go up there and help Dorvan, and Dorvan would come down and help us on the ranch. And Dorvan, he has really been an influence in my life, and he's taught me a lot, not just about horses, but I'll make one guarantee, is that there's no one in this room that has a sharper knife than Dorvan. And he taught me that from a young age, and I've always prided myself on having a sharp knife, and that all came from Dorvan, and he taught me how to sharpen one, and might not be a big deal to you guys, but it's a big deal to us, isn't it? So he's sure deserving, and I'm honored to stand up here and speak for him. Thank you.
My name is Rex Cook, and I'm here to ask you to vote for Dorvan in the Long Rider Division. I've known Dorvan probably longer than most of you are alive. And he was one of the few in North Dakota that started the North Dakota Cutting Horse Association. And when you stop and think about it, he's unique in this manner that many of the inductees in the Cowboy Hall of Fame are cowboys, and then they're noted for their bronc riding and this and this. And occasionally somebody will say what a great horseman he was. Well, Dorvan has taken it a step further. There aren't many who've gone through cowboying like he has, then stepped into the horse training business and cutting horses. I don't know how many of you have trained cutting horses, but if you ever want to feel like you don't know anything, try training some cutting horses sometimes. and they'll make a fool out of you quicker than anything I know. But Dorvan has managed to fight through it. He's well known all over, not only North Dakota, but in a sense all over the world. And he's judged cuttings, he's participated in cuttings, and I've known him. And the other thing he does, he encourages everybody. I've never heard him say a bad word about anyone or what they've done. He always gives them words of encouragement, is willing to help anybody. Thank you.